Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to another episode of Planet Scooby Reviews. Today we are covering The Demon of the Dugout, and this episode originally aired on November 3rd, 1979, and it is the 7th episode of Scooby-Doo and Scrappy Doo Season 1. So we are doing these Scrappy Doo episodes that still have the original gang, which includes Freddy, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, Scooby, and then Scrappy. Anyway, this episode sees the gang in Japan where they are planning on attending a baseball game between America and Japan. Unfortunately, the game has come to a screeching halt as it's canceled after this dragon beast just pops up and scares everyone away with his giant imposing figure and smoke, and it's pretty cool. And I don't have much trivia for this one other than Mark Evanier wrote it, and Mark Evanier also wrote the Scarab Lives episode. Mark Evanier is famous for writing the comics for the Scooby-Doo Gold Key comics and Marvel comics. Highly collectible, really cool comics. I have a few. I plan on getting more, but with how things are going, comics are going way up in price, as is everything else. So hopefully in a couple of years, they'll come back down a bit. I'd like to own some of these. Anyway, Mark Evanier also has an awesome blog, which I'll leave a link to below. It's very cool. He talks about the history of Scooby-Doo, and he's got a lot of other Scooby-related blog articles on there, along with things related to his career. He also did an interview with a podcast named Scooby-Doo. That is awesome. That's an awesome podcast as well. I'll leave a link below for that too. Anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get on with the review. The episode begins in Tokyo, Japan for an exciting game of baseball for the International Series. Casey Temple steps up to bat, and all the American team needs to win this series is one final home run.
We're here in Tokyo, Japan for what could be the final game in the International Series. The American team leads 3-2 in this best-of-7 series, and they look unbeatable tonight. A home run and the trophy could be going back to the States for the first time in the history of this event.
As Yakitori is about to pitch, a demon shows up and claims his resting place has been defiled long enough before scaring off the entire crowd.
Wait!
Trespassers, you have defiled my resting place long enough. I command you to leave.
We then see the gang arriving at the Tokyo airport where Freddy is upset that they are too late to catch the ball game. At the airport, Velma spots Willie Turner, the American baseball team coach, and this coach needs 20 tickets to return to the States for his team. The coach explains that the Dragon Beast has shown up and scared off the entire team, and they are leaving, meaning the series is over.
Finally, Tokyo!
Right, Daphne, but we're still too late to catch tonight's ball game.
Hey, look, that's Willie Turner, the coach of the American team.
I need 20 tickets for the States tonight.
But there is nothing available until next week.
Is the series over, Mr. Turner?
The Dragon Beast appeared and scared everybody off.
Dragon Beast?
The gang then head off to Nakamura Stadium, and their first stop is Mr. Husai's office. Mr. Husai shows them the baseball diamond trophy, which is like a nice trophy with a real diamond on top as a baseball. And the trophy always remains at the stadium of the winning team. Since its inception, this has always been Japan. With no more games due to the Dragon Beast, Mr. Husai might be forced to sell the stadium.
Mr. Husai.
Mr. Husai, we heard about the Dragon Beast and thought we might be able to help.
Is that the baseball diamond I've heard about?
Yes, it stays at the stadium of the winning team, which so far has always been Japan. There might be no more games, and I will be forced to sell the stadium.
Shaggy and Scooby stop off at the sashimi stand nearby to enjoy some raw fish, and Scooby is a bit turned off, so they move to a hot dog stand instead. Scrappy wanders off, so Scooby goes off to find him. In the locker room, Scrappy and Scooby find the Dragon Beast in a locker, and a small chase scene occurs. We then get a second appearance of the Dragon Beast on the field, where the Dragon Beast warns the entire gang to leave.
You have been warned to stay away.
Velma spots someone running across the field, and we soon meet up with Ken Somoto, the famous Japanese ball player. We learn he had been kicked off the team, and Ken feels that the appearance of the Dragon Beast serves Mr. Husai right.
Who's there?
I'm Ken Shimodo.
The famous Japanese ball player?
I was until Mr. Hosai and I had disagreement, and he kicked me off team. Now it looks like this Dragon Beast will force him out of business.
Velma then discovers some extra light bulbs and figures they are onto something. Leaving the stadium to go back to the hotel, the Dragon Beast hitches a ride on top of their cab.
No wonder the lights were so bright. These are special extra bright bulbs.
We'll be back tomorrow morning to really check out this mystery.
Well, at least we're safe until morning, Scoob.
You are not safe anywhere.
So he can terrify the gang at night. After a short little midnight tussle, the gang chased the Dragon Beast out of the hotel and into a firework factory.
He went down this street.
There he goes, into that fireworks factory.
We're gonna splat him good.
Splitting up, Scrappy lights some Roman candles for some light, thinking they are regular candles. Velma also finds some boxes of fireworks labeled USA, which she finds suspicious. There's another quick tussle with the Dragon Beast.
You failed to heed my warning. Now you must pay.
He got away again. This is all starting to make sense now. I think the last clue we'll need is back at the stadium.
And the gang head back to the stadium, where they chit-chat with Mr. Husai. Mr. Husai is filling out forms for the sale of the stadium, and Velma asks if she can check the vault to ensure the trophy is still in there, and once she handles the trophy, she pretends to accidentally drop it. Since the top of the trophy is a giant diamond and the case is made out of glass, she coyly mentions, "Not a scratch."
I've got a hunch that whatever's going on, it has something to do with the baseball diamond trophy. Mr. Husai?
Oh, it is you. I am filling out forms now for the sale of the stadium.
Will you make certain the baseball diamond is still in the vault? Oops! Oh, it's okay. I've got it. No damage done. Not even a scratch.
We've got a Dragon Beast to catch.
Before handing the trophy back to Mr. Husai, Velma figures that the mystery is solved, so we get our last final chase scene, which partially takes place in a hidden tunnel underneath the stadium, and this tunnel was what the Dragon Beast was using to get from the locker room to the field. They also discover two metal bands during the chase.
My patience has worn thin.
Hiya, Fred, Velma, Daphne. Hey, it's the Dragon Beast.
I will get you.
What are those two metal bands?
There is no escape.
Finally, using an automatic ball pitching machine and some nets, the gang catch the Dragon Beast. Unmasking him, it turns out to be Mr. Husai. Mr. Husai had stolen the real diamond a long time ago, so he wanted to end the series so the American team wouldn't be able to take the trophy home with them and discover the diamond was a fake. He also used smoke from fireworks and the bright lights to create the illusion of a powerful Dragon Beast. The crates marked USA were actually blocked by metal straps, so when they removed the metal straps, the letters said Husai, or H-U-S-A-I.
The dragon in the smoke was projected from the bright lights on the scoreboard, lit up in a dragon shape. The crates weren't going to the USA, they were from...
Husai?
Right, Mr. Husai. He told us he had other businesses around Tokyo, and we realized the fireworks factory was one of them.
Mr. Husai had taken the real diamond long ago and was afraid that the American team would discover the theft if they won the game and took the trophy home.
So he tried to stop the game by scaring everybody off.
With another mystery solved, the gang head off on their next adventure. I give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. This one was pretty cool. I like the Japanese setting. However, I didn't think they used it to its full potential, other than the quick sashimi gag and the Japanese-inspired villain design. This one really doesn't have much to do with Japan. I guess baseball was super popular in Japan. I remember there's a Bad News Bears where they go to Japan. And now that I think about that movie, maybe it's best they really didn't go into the culture, because sometimes that comes off in gags. And a lot of those 70s and 80s cultural gags, they just they don't hold up, right? They're kind of cringy, I guess, and stereotypical. So I guess a positive is this one has no stereotypes. Everything is kind of straight on the narrow. It treats each culture with respect. So that's cool. But I kind of wish the villain had more of a Japanese slant. All we kind of know is that the bad guy's burial tomb was underneath the baseball diamond, I guess. That's what I kind of inferred. And I think it would be really cool if someone, not to downplay Mark Evanier, he did a great job writing this episode in the 70s. But I think, a modern spin like Scooby-Doo in modern times, I'd love it if we had more diversity with different cultures, if the gang are going to travel around. I think they should hire people from different cultures who can kind of bring something new to the table with their superstitions and movies and cultural books and stuff, and really make us think about villains in a new way. That's why I love foreign horror movies, because, you saw it with The Ring, and you saw it with some Korean movies as well, and some Ukraine movies and some Mexican movies. Lots of cool things from their cultures that can, they can bring to modern cartoons and really blow our minds. I think that's really cool. And I'd like to see that with Scooby-Doo. But I'm rambling here. The Dragon Beast looks cool enough. Not that spooky or intimidating. But the mystery was good. I liked the mystery. I didn't really expect it to be Mr. Husai, especially because you expected someone athletic. At one point, Mr. Husai jumps off the bleachers and onto a taxi. And I can't see a man in his 50s, 60s, or whatever, how old he is, do that other than like Jackie Chan. And Jackie Chan has broken a lot of bones, and I expect Mr. Husai would have probably broken a few bones on his first attempt doing that. That's not an easy stunt to do. Anyway, I am jibber jabbering. I want to thank you all for any likes, views, subscribes, shares, and all of that. Everyone's great. I like hearing your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this episode, or if you just want to chit chat, leave a comment below. And anyway, until next week, stay spooky.